This is lesson 2.6, multiplying integers. Counters can be used to multiply integers. In our first example, 4 sets of 3 negative counters is 12 negative counters, or negative 12. It asks us to write a multiplication sentence that describes this model. So we would translate the words to numbers. 4 times a negative 3 equals negative 12. Find each product using counters or a drawing, and we've actually done that in advance here. Here's 3 sets of negative 2, which is negative 6. Here is 4 sets of negative 3, exactly what we had up above here, negative 12. Here is 1 set of negative 7, which is negative 7. And here is 5 sets of negative 2, which, as you can see, is negative 10. Remember that multiplication is the same as repeated addition. So 4 times negative 3 is the same as negative 3 plus negative 3 plus negative 3 plus negative 3, or negative 12. And you can see that on the number line as well. If you start at 0, and you continue to add negative 3s, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, you end up at negative 12. By the commutative property of multiplication, which says we can multiply in any order, 4 times negative 3 is the same as negative 3 times 4. Both of those are obviously negative 12. So multiplying integers with different signs says that the product of 2 integers with different signs is negative. So in example 1, 3 times negative 5 would be 3 sets of negative 5, which would be negative 15. Number 2 is the same as 8 sets of negative 6. Negative 6 times 8 is negative 48. In the check your progress problems, 9 times negative 2 is negative 2 plus negative 2 9 times, or negative 18. Negative 7 times 4 is the same as 4 times negative 7, which gives us negative 28. Again, unlike signs, one positive, one negative, gives us negative product each time. The product of 2 positive integers is positive, obviously. You can use a pattern to show that the product of 2 negative integers is also positive. And you can see in our example, we start with 2 times negative 3, which is negative 3 plus negative 3. That's negative 6. 1 set of negative 3 is negative 3. 0 sets of negative 3 is 0. Notice that the sets are going down by 1. The 3 is staying constant. So now I go 1 less than 0 is negative 1. The pattern must continue, so negative times a negative is a positive. Each product is 3 more than the previous product. This pattern also is shown on a number line. So you can see here we started with negative 6, and then we're simply adding 3 each time. In this case, 4 times. And so 2 times negative 3 is positive 6. These and other examples suggest the following. The product of 2 integers with the same sign is positive. Same sign is positive. So 2 positive or 2 negative, the result is always positive. In example number 3, negative 11 times negative 9 is positive 99. In example 4, negative 4 squared is negative 4 times negative 4, both factors being negative, gives us an outcome of positive 16. In the third example, we would use brackets here to multiply these 2 factors together. First, negative 3 times negative 4 is positive 12. Positive 12 times negative 2 is negative 24. In example C, negative 12 times negative 4 is positive 48. In D, negative 5 squared means negative 5 times negative 5, which is positive 25. In this example, we're going to multiply these two together. We'll use our brackets here. It gives us positive 15. Negative 7 times positive 15 is negative 105. Yes, negative 105. A submersible is diving from the surface of the water at a rate of 90 feet per minute. Diving means negative 90. You can see that down here. What is the depth of the submarine after 7 minutes? So if it descends 90 feet per minute for 7 minutes, that would be 7 times negative 90, or negative 630 feet. That means the submersible will descend to 630 feet below the surface, meaning negative 630. Mr. Simon's bank automatically deducts a $4 monthly maintenance fee from his savings account, so that would be negative 4 because it's a deduction. What integer represents a change in his savings account from 1 year of fees? 1 year, obviously, then 12 months. Negative 4 times 12 is negative 48. That means it costs him $48 a year to maintain his savings account. Negative numbers are often used when evaluating algebraic expressions. In this case, P is negative 3, Q is 4, R is negative 1. So the product for P times Q times R is negative 3 times 4 times negative 1. Negative 3 times 4 is negative 12 times negative 1. Negative times a negative is a positive. Our result then is positive 12. Example G. X, Y, and Z if X is negative 7. X, Y, Z. X is negative 7. Y is negative 4. And Z is 2. We'll just write them with parentheses like that. Multiply these two numbers together. Negative times a negative is a positive. Positive 28 times 2 is 56. We'll do just the odd or the even numbers on this set of examples. So we'll do number 2, number 4, number 6, number 8, number 10. Number 2, 11 times negative 4. Negative times a positive is a negative. Negative 44. Number 4, negative 8 times 5. Negative times a positive, negative 40. Number 6, negative 7 times negative 9. Negative times a negative is a positive. Positive 63. Number 8, 3 cubed. Negative 3 cubed, actually, means negative 3 times negative 3 times negative 3. Multiply these two together. Negative times a negative is a positive. Times negative 3 would be negative 27. And finally, number 10, 2 times 4 times 5, 8 times 5 is 40. Tamara owns 100 shares of a certain stock. Suppose the price of the stock drops by $3 a share. Write a multiplication expression to find the change in Tamara's investment. Explain the answer. So dropping by $3 means negative 3. She has 100 shares, so negative 3 times 100 would be negative 300. That means she has lost $300 in value on her investment. In the algebra problems, evaluate each algebraic expression. If f equals negative 1, g equals 7, and h equals negative 10. So number 12 would be 5f, which we would change to 5 times negative 1. Positive times a negative is a negative, negative 5. 13, fgh means f times g times h, so negative 1. Times 7 times negative 10, multiplying each pair of numbers. Negative times a positive is a negative 7, times a negative 10, negative times a negative is a positive 70. At this point, you should quit the video, go back to my Moodle page, look for Lesson Quiz 2.6, log in using your new username, which is your 6-digit student number, and then your password, which is the first 6 digits of your last name, and your 2-digit